Hello, this is Jason, a member of Ardeocfane, or ADF for short. We're going to go with week 2 of the Dedicant Path, so sit tight. Week 1 was last week, and we went over required readings for the course. We went over, what to start, your meditation journal, your regular journal. But one thing we didn't mention is back up your work. You need probably 2 or 3 copies of your work. You don't want to lose it after you work so hard on it. Let me look on the webpage here. Hold on. Let's see. Right here. They now offer the ability to submit your work as you do it. You just fill those things up with, and you choose which one you want to do. Now, each one of these, they want it in one Word document. So for your 9 virtues, you would have 9 virtues in one document, vice versa. All those. That's what they want. So, there's that. Let's get started with this week. Week 2, the first oath. Related requirements, no related to specific requirements. Required reading, our own Druidry, page 1617. The first oath. Go to page 1617 of our own Druidry manual here. Let's see. First oath. Our Druidry can appear rather daunting to those taking a first look at us. We propose new ritual paradigms, challenge pagans to take up scholarly study, and suggest real devotion to real gods. So it seems wise to focus the attention of new students on our most core values, offering some direction, while leaving personal work open-ended. When a student has examined our ways, work, and worth significantly to satisfy themselves, and is prepared to make a personal commitment to Druid paganism, or at least a part of her spiritual path. There's a lot of hers in his documentations, but her, them, they, whoever. Then it is time for the first oath. This oath is made not to ADF as an organization, nor is it given to our Archdruid or to any local leader. The first oath is between the student and their gods and spirits. In the first oath, the student pledges to take up the 3 ways that are a core of our work. Virtue, to do right and live well. Piety, to keep the customs and work of the pagan way. So do your high days and keep the pagan way. And study, to seek to increase pagan knowledge and skill. At this stage, there is no need to define any particular fulfillment of those virtues. Through the Dedicant's material gives the basics. Interpretation can be left to the individuals and to whatever local consensus might develop. In time, we will develop a body of writing that will help new members begin their spiritual quest for the blessings of pagan Druidry. Here's an example of what a first oath may say. I, state your name, before this assembly declare myself to be pagan, a seeker of the old ways, a worshipper of the elder gods. With this holy oath I set my foot upon the path, the Druid's way, and I vow to make a dedication plain. I vow to seek virtue in my life, to do right by my kin, my friends, and my community. I vow to make my paganism real by keeping the rites and works that call to me. I vow to deepen my understanding of the ways through study, to fill my mind with the truth of the elder's path. These things I swear to the gods, with those gathered here as my witnesses. So be it. So yeah, you have to put that much strength into it. You don't want to just be reading it. I state your name before this assembly. Declare my. You gotta put some feeling into it and thought. You gotta make yourself heard. Okay. With the first oath completed, the student can feel themselves to be part of a definite community, whether local or distant. The community of sworn pagans. We need to not set standards for the fulfillment of this oath. It stands as a personal, individual commitment that need not be measured by an organization. It might, however, give leadership a basis on which to build the work of members. Local programs for new members and support materials for solitaries might be organized in one of those three core modes. Modes or models? Models? For many pagans, this level of involvement may be significant. Yeah. To seek virtue, to be pious as our life allows, and to increase, however gradually. One knowledge is as much religion as many will need. We might hope, however, that many others will be drawn towards a deeper practice. The third triad of Dedicant's work, the home shrine, meditation, and nature's contacts, open naturally before them. Those who prepare to make a shrine in their homes, who want to begin to grow personal paganism in their life, can take the oath of the hearth. Now, ADF does have the hearth makers, which is, let's see, I think it's free for membership. I don't think there's actually a membership to it, per se. Yeah, I'm getting off. If you can't tell, I got ADHD. Where was I? Okay. The Hearth Oath. Many who choose to work as a solitary pagan seek the skills, and one might say the authority, to function as their own priest or priestess. We may agree that there is no spelling errors much, indistinct need for external validation of a personal spiritual work. That said, the goal of ADF has always been to provide a structure into which that personal work can be fit, and the training needed to use a structure effectively. We can usefully offer a formal step in which our students can choose to formally take up the work of building a personal paganism. The Hearth Oath is a statement by the pagan that they will formally take up the worship of the god and spirits proper to their hearth. This may fit nicely with the second triad of the Dedicant's work. The student establishes his home shrine, slowly acquiring or making the hollows needed for personal rites. He learns to manage his mind and begins seeking the spirits in the local land that may be his allies. Ancient paganism was decentralized. There were no weekly communal gatherings at places of group worship, no churches. Instead, paganism was based at the hearth and clans of families. Each garth, each standing, would have their own household goddess and god. The dignities of profession followed by its folk of prosperity of land and herd. The inspiration of the clan spirits, those members who wish to move their own practice beyond the basic involvement of the first oath, are encouraged to declare their hearth as hallowed by the old ways and begin building personal hearth religion. I think that's it for that one. Alright, let's see. Chanting the first oath, read that link. I recommend reading the Book of Prayers 8 to 12. The Book of Prayers. I think that's on Scribe, if I'm not mistaken. Or you can buy it on Amazon. I think it might be on Amazon too. Let's see. I think I actually bought it. I think it's back there on my altar, underneath my altar. Yeah, Book and Pagan Prayers, audiobook or Kindle. All right, for week 2, they want you to do the oath. The oath is not to ADF or an archdruid or a specific deity, or even your mentor. It is an oath that is between you, the deities, and the spirits. You may choose rather to do this oath in public or in private, but it should be done on or before the next high day, which is Samhain, the 31st of October. So you got a little bit of time, but not much. Most importantly, the first oath is not at all required for the Dedicant Path, but is added to those who wish to commit to study on this path in a formal way. The oath is not your Dedicant oath. We'll do this in the book. If you know your patron deities already, or the hearth culture you'll be working in, you may make an oath to those deities, but for a majority of all Dedicants, the deities and the powers they will eventually worship, honor, and follow are still unknown. Yes, it is unknown. That's a very personal path to figure out who your patrons are going to be. Because of this, the first oath is not designed to be given to a specific deity or group of deities. The example of the first oath is in page 16 to 17 of our own Druidry. And just read all this here. That's your work here. Offering silver to the well. Silver can be obtained through a craft store. They sell these little bitty silver beads. They come in like maybe a rope of 10, and we use that for the silver. And the oil is for like olive oil or any other European plant oil. But go ahead and read the Book of Pagan Prayers. Why do we make offerings and the politics of giving? And just go ahead and that's the oath here. Page 16, 17 will give you an example. Just read over all these. And for your homework, write your first oath down in your Dedicant notebook. You will not be required to turn it in, but it's good to look at once in a while. And one Dedicant, Brandon, found it useful to recite his first oath. You can find what he thought of it in that link there. Alright, that's week 2 in the books. Catch you next week for week 3. Don't forget, I'm going to post a link to a Discord server that I just started up to try to help you all on your way. This is Jason. We'll catch you later.